This episode of BFC TV is brought to you by Polaroid. We all love taking pictures of people and places with the Polaroid SX-70. You point the camera, you take a picture, it's great. But what if I told you that you could be inside the picture? It could be of you. Wouldn't that be wild? Well, today we're going to discuss the options available for remote shutters on the Polaroid SX-70 and why beyond self-portraits, you might want to employ this handy tool, opening up a variety of artistic opportunities. Roll it. Welcome to BFC TV, my name is Ben, and today we're discussing what I think are essential accessories for the Polaroid SX-70. Remote shutter releases that allow you to take pictures without physically pressing the shutter button with your lovely fingies. Why might you want to do this, you ask? Well, the first obvious utility is self-portraitures. Selfies and Polaroid are as synonymous as me and not liking seafood. Self-portraits have been a hallmark of the format since the SX-70 debuted in 1972, likely because Polaroids are inherently highly personal, with the entire image-making process boiled down to one unique object that represents where you were, when you were, how you were, and sometimes why you were. Famous artists like Keith Haring, Andy Warhol, and Elsa Dorfman honed in on this unique personal touch intrinsic to Polaroid and made self-portraits on the format a staple of their photographic arsenal. But in the example of, say, one of Keith Haring's many selfies, you're not seeing his arm outstretched in the foreground and framing lousily because he's straining desperately to maintain eye contact with the lens while fumbling with the shutter button. That's because he used a self-timer, which Polaroid did produce back then, but has since been modernized and improved upon drastically with Mint's selfie timer. This is one of the coolest little gadgets for Polaroid money can buy, enabling you to set a 3-second, 5-second, or 10-second timer that triggers the SX-70 shutter, and on sonar models also triggers the autofocus mechanism. This elegant and adorably compact tool uses 2 pins, which insert into the side of the SX-70. After pressing the red button, a small red light blinks until it reaches the end of the timer, and then boom, photograph coming in hot. A distinctly different option is BFC's SX-70 remote shutter button. This release cable puts the shutter button in your palm, available in lengths of standard, 1 foot, big boy, 2 meters, and long boy, 5 meters. Just press the button and it fires the SX-70 shutter. With the sonar models, it triggers the autofocus mechanism as well. In both the case of the Mint and the shutter release cable, setting the sonar model to manual focus will allow you to focus at a preset distance without triggering the autofocus. Another application for remote triggering is long exposures. In low light, the SX-70 is natively capable of long exposures of up to 14 seconds. This can be increased manually by dropping the film door down once the exposure begins, then close the door, fire with the lens covered, and out comes the exposure, as long as you dang well please. Long exposures on Polaroid are extremely fun and artistically liberating, allowing you to shape lighting during an exposure, smooth motion into blurs and streaks, and unlock the potential of capturing the world beyond what we normally see with the naked eye. It is essential to use remote shutters for long exposures because with slower exposures, camera shake can be significantly more evident, and minimizing how much you touch the camera can have a major impact on sharpness and how much your image resolves. A great deal of this also comes down to mounting your SX-70 on a tripod, but the remote shutters guarantee your paws aren't mucking up the image. I have found that even in more general shooting scenarios, using these tools greatly enhances clarity of images. Everything seems to work that much better internally when the gears aren't jostling around in your hands. We put a man on the moon, and you should be able to take a picture without touching a camera. Now you can. These remote shutter buttons can be found on our website. Thank you very much for watching BFC TV. Please subscribe, drop a comment, and see you on the next one. Bye.